emails. This particular week promises to be even more soul-sucking than usual, thanks to the fact I have to cover the Programmer X esports tournament at Olympia. The tournament will be noisy and tiring, and will force me to mingle with my least favourite group on the planet, people who work for video games companies. The gamers themselves are fine, if a little twitchy under harsh lighting, but the plethora of individuals surrounding them is quite another story. You've never experienced true pain until you've been locked in a room with a PR spokesman who is keener than the keenest mustard when it comes to convincing you how great his newest game is. These esports tournaments are as much about selling games as they are about allowing basement-dwelling gamers a chance to come out into the fresh air for a few days, and that's why I look forward to attending them about as much as Jesus looked forward to a brisk walk up the hill carrying some wood. Still, I only have myself to blame. After all, I am the one who eagerly took the job at GamesReport.com all those years and stress headaches ago, back when I still felt like it was the coolest job in the world. Idiot. Best I accept my lot, slip on a Call of Duty t-shirt and get my arse into gear. Looking out of the window at what we all laughably refer to as a garden, it appears that it's going to be a nice day weather-wise, at least. Crisp, sunny, and still. The blue morning sky is a much more attractive view than the cross-eyed rat, so my mood lifts somewhat as I climb into my clothes and make my way down the 3 flights of old Victorian stairs to the kitchen. "You all right, Adam?" Calvin, the male escort, asks me from over his slice of toast. He's the only one in the house brave enough to endure the kitchen of nightmares this morning other than me. "There's a rat in my bedroom," I inform Calvin. It's cross-eyed. "You mean Gnawbones?" My jaw drops. "You've named it." Calvin smiles. "Yeah, well, Paul did anyway." "Gnawbones the cross-eyed rat," I say, trying to place the concept into a world that makes any kind of sense. "Yep, he's been feeding it cheese." No wonder it's cross-eyed then. That cheddar is about 10 minutes away from becoming a sentient life form itself. "He's only been in the fridge since Christmas." "Christmas 2 years ago, Calvin." "Fair enough," he says a bit dismissively. Then his eyes light up. "That games thing starts today, doesn't it?" I groan. "Yes." "What's it called again?" "The Programmer X tournament. The X stands for execrable." "Does it?" "No, Calvin, it stands for extreme." The words taste like cold, dead ashes as they tumble from my mouth. Sometimes I'm comprehensively embarrassed by the industry I work in. "Can you still get us in? On the guest list?" Calvin asks excitedly. I groan again. This is the problem with working in video games. Everybody thinks it must be incredible fun all of the time. After all, how could it not be, when you're surrounded by Italian plumbers, busty Tomb Raiders, and big digital explosions? I made the same mistake myself before swiftly being disabused of the notion once I was in the actual job. I could try to convince Calvin that after attending Programmer X for about an hour, he'll be comprehensively bored and fed up with PR guys being keen as mustard at him, but it would go in one ear and out the other. "Yeah, I'll have a go," I respond, trying hard not to scowl as I pour what I hope is still fresh milk over my cornflakes. "Is he talking about the game show?" Paul says as he strides into the kitchen doing up his work shirt. "Yeah," Calvin replies happily. "Excellent." Paul whacks me on the shoulder in what I'm sure he believes is a friendly fashion. Paul is, however, 6'3" and 18 stone of muscle, so I will be nursing a fresh bruise for the rest of the day. "I'll tell you what, though," I say, spraying cornflakes everywhere. "You twats aren't getting anything unless you start helping me clean this shithole every once in a while." Paul and Calvin both laugh. "But you look lovely in those marigolds, Adam," Paul says. I scowl. Calvin is a little more pacifying.